we're driving back, and I think the question came up like, why is it called the Blue Bat Kitchen? And Mac, if you would like to tell the story that you told me in the car, I would like the listeners to hear this.
Sure. So I used to work at this place, Blue Bat, and it's a tequila bar. They have over 180 different kinds of tequila. They really make a point when they're training you to try and educate you about tequila. The one thing that I like still remember is just, probably a lot of you listeners know this already, but it's just about how tequila is made in the first place. It all comes from the blue agave plant, and you need bats to, I guess, like harvest it. I didn't pay attention in this training when I worked there. So I'm going to say some like incorrect shit probably, but it's something like the bats have to do something to the blue agave plant. I think it's similar to how like bees pollinate a flower or whatever. The bats have to do something to harvest the plant to that then the farmers can get the blue agave, roast it, create tequila and mezcal and all things of that nature. So I'm explaining this to Harry, and then
So just to clear, I don't
because you
really.
like what again? You were like, "What's that place called again?" And I was like, "Blue Bat," and you were like, "Yeah, why are they called that or
Why is
whatever?"
it
And I was
called
like, "Well,
that?
blue for blue agave, bat for bat because the bats,
Right.
do their thing with the blue agave. And that's how we get tequila."
It's like their version of pollinate, which I know now. But what I didn't know, and I'm gonna get flamed for this, I didn't know agave was a plant. I thought it was like a syrup, like that non-traditional sweetener that
I
you
mean,
have.
yeah, but they make that
You mean
You
from
live
like
in
like what, like high fructose corn syrup or something?
yes. Well, you live and you learn.
well,
I
they
don't
have
know.
blue agave syrup. It's like a honey substitute
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
But yeah,
So me being the dumbass that I am, and I'm sure that syrup comes from a plant, right? That's where they get the syrup
probably, I
from.
guess so.
Well, my dumbass, I'm listening to Mac, and he explained it basically just the way that he said it, except there was no mention of a plant in there. I think in his first go around, I think I had to kind of like pry it out of him. So in my head, I'm like, holy shit, there's someone that is shooting bats out of the sky with like a 10 gauge and is like smothering them in like fucking agave, and they must get some kind of juice out of the bat, and that's what makes tequila. And then they fire roast it, like Mac was saying. I said, so I'm in the car, and my mind is exploding. I'm like, tequila is made of fire roasted bat agave or bats dipped in agave, and I finally kind of learned that's
But
not how it
then
works.
even as you realized that that wasn't the case, you were like, "Oh, it's a plant, like a bat plant. What's a bat plant?"
What's a bat plant? I didn't quite grasp it.
And I was like, "No, no, no."
So
And you were, and then because then you said to me, you were like, "Oh, I thought you meant the bat, like with wings that flies." And I was like, "I do, yeah, I do. That is what I mean."
yeah, because then he said bat plant, and I was like, well, there's just some type of bat that's not a bat, but I don't know. It went off the rails. Long story short, I thought tequila was made of a fucking hillbilly lumberjack shooting bats out of the sky, dipping them in agave, and then fire roasting them over like a grill, and somehow that makes a liquid. I don't know.
I guess that's what two palomos does to you, but
Yes, my all-time favorite drink, by the way. But that's taking a dive into Harry's brain. We've had some good episodes of that on this 109 shows that we've had, but that might take the cake, I think. So
good one.